Right, so what have we got here then?
A lion's face.
This is handmade in
Terracotta. Clay.
in clay.
Yeah.
That's the original.
Yeah.
And from that you then
Make a... Oh, I'll show you what I make from that.
Right, okay, so we start like that. That's handmade, one of them only.
Yeah.
Okay.
To a mould. Made out of silicon. Because silicon copies exactly. Right? From that, I make a plaster.
And why is it better to end up with a plaster, which is in fact exactly the same as the clay one that you started with?
Because you can bring up more detail on plaster. So if I want to bring up and smooth that down, I do that much easier with plaster, and I can add and take away. You can only go to a certain level with clay.
Really?
I
find that very strange. I mean, I really would have thought, and I think most people would perceive as well, that the artist with his clay can manipulate it in much more detail than you ever would with a...
No, because you can carve this.
I see. Right.
And do all sorts of things, but you can't with clay. You can only go to a certain...
Right, so now you really finish off the...
Then I'll make another model, which will be this, and I'll join a piece of plaster to another piece of plaster. And like what I'm doing with this is, because that's sort of a conventional one down there.
It's a fountain head to mount on a wall.
This is going to have this repeated, but with a bow there. So it's off-centre, it looks better to me.
Yeah.
And then I'll choose, or I'll run both, and I shall shrink these down.
Right, okay, so we've got a mould of the finished product there.
Yeah.
So this room is the latex mould room.
Yeah, that's the manufacturing. That's your latex mould, which goes into a fiberglass jacket, which then gets filled with concrete.
So how are they mixing the...
Concrete gets mixed out here.
Right.
So I've got... And then
So even in the winter you're mixing concrete outside here. It must be a horrendous job, mustn't it?
well, one of the ideas was that we were going to put a thingy over here.
Oh, yeah. So it'd be better if that was a covered area.
Yeah.
But last winter you were...
Oh, freezing.
Yeah.
That's why we want to go into a big flat building.
Haven't got any tortoises either, Jim. So it's poured in to the mould there, and then it's just taken out to a warmer place where it just dries. Takes a couple of days to dry.
That's right. Then it gets dipped.
Dipped in,
Paint.
because in the mix of the concrete is something that stops it from cracking in the frost.
Yes. Then it gets dipped.
What is it? What is this paint that it's being dipped in?
This is a stone paint.
Stone
Yeah, what you
paint.
paint normally a house with.
All right.
You know, masonry type paint. And then... Sorry, thing. Can't. And then we put a top surface on it.
What, a sort of varnish?
No, we put another paint, like a hammerite or whatever, over the top to give it them effects.
Oh, I see. You just quickly just...
then we then seal it.
It's an effect sort of paint, yeah, to bring out a bronzy look or something like that. And then it still needs a sealant as well.
And then it still needs a sealant as well, yeah. Ah, you've got one of those things out. Yeah.
So what's that, a candlestick holder or something?
That's a little Chinese lantern for the garden. You put a little night light in the middle, and the top goes on top. It's normally painted green.
Oh,
red.
I see the top down there, yeah.
Yeah. And it's oriental.
Yeah. Lots of little things that we haven't seen.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this, but it will gradually get down to you. Yeah, I know it's a lovely pot.
I like it. I mean,
The concept of it is brilliant,
me.
but I mean,
Yeah.
to me, I can see all sorts of things with it, and I do not like it the way we make it.
Get on and redo it then.
All right.
But you don't.
I would tell Steve, hold one at 9 in the morning.
Yeah, okay, mate.
Sorry.
To go in and out.
We haven't got any dogs,
No ducks? You must have ducks. Surely, no? Right, well, I'll get you some
Well,
ducks.
I can give you a list now of exactly what we've got in stock, so you can then make up a list of all the other things.
Because what you need is some ducks. They do sell, they're not the fastest
No.
sellers, but you want gold ones. Have you got any of those heads?
No.
I know.
No, they're not the fastest of selling, but they do, and don't ask me what you do with them, because as I say, it just rolls around the garden and that's it.
Oh, that's not the fish.
Yeah, that's right, it's one of the first things ever made. That and their head, funny enough. I mean, on Friday, it was like this here.
The teddy bear rooms.
You get 4 or you get
Wait.
3. You get some glass cup and
Yeah,
you make
yeah.
the table absolutely super.
See, that's it. You see the difference immediately. Yeah. You alright, Steve? How about you?
That's the final process there, is it?
At the moment it is, but it's going to be altering, yeah.
That's not the one. Country gentleman? Oh, there's the garden. Is that what you're offering? Do you want to put more here? Is there a woodland revival? It's very subtle. You've had, 2 years ago, one year, but we bought a woodland portfolio.
We haven't had that for me.
And have you had a revival?
No reliable
It was very subtle. That's something very different.
£5.95 for otters. £3.95 for
We're
rabbits.
too much looking forward to at least getting the revival.
£3.95 for teddies, large teddy.
Thank you. All this way. Yeah, all this way.
If I get one in, I'll run straight over.
£39.95, lady on a bed.
It was called woodland, wasn't it?
It was a woodland, yeah.
Yes, it was. Again, this is two pieces of forest. So it's one day.
£3.95, the little house.
If I know, I can look.
Not in here.
£19.95, Dutch boy and girl. £11.95, God's head. £9.95, log basket.
Yes, but I couldn't find it. Well, I don't think it is. These are too big. You did what only, but you do not want to be. Thing like.
£24.95, Romeo and Juliet.